This ABC15 Flash Briefing is sponsored by Sanderson Ford. All roads lead to Sanderson Ford.
Hello, I'm Christine Stanwood with your top stories from ABC15 Arizona. A 3-year-old boy is in extremely critical condition after drowning in Phoenix. This happened just before 8:30 Saturday night near Bell Road and 16th Street. Fire officials saying the child was taken out of the pool by family members but did not receive CPR until authorities got there. Right now, they're not saying just how long that boy had been underwater. Meanwhile, one person is dead after 2 others hurt after a crash late Saturday night. You're taking a look at the scene just after 11 o'clock where a car crashed into a pole near Dysart and Thunderbird Roads. Early reports suggesting that the driver may not have stopped for a light and then ran into that pole. September is Suicide Awareness Month, and the Phoenix Diocese is taking a different approach when it comes to mental health and suicide. ABC 15's Patrick Hayes has more on Sunday's special Mass and what's next for the church.
The bishop told churchgoers that he planned on reading some of the names of those that have died by suicide, but he was only expecting to read about 100 to 150. But come today, more than 1,200 people had signed up to have their loved ones' names read. It was a different kind of Mass Sunday morning at St. Simon and Jude Cathedral.
My wife told me yesterday that they were having a Mass for the first time in history of they're going to pray for people that took their own lives.
Over 900 people showed up for the Mass of Remembrance.
And I had a brother that took his own life, and she had a brother that took his own life. And I thought it was a great idea, come out here. I was surprised how many people are here.
Bishop John Dolan sharing his personal experience after losing a brother and sister to suicide. On Sunday, he announced plans to create a new mental health ministry.
To kind of look under the hood and see why people do what they do.
Traditionally, the Catholic Church has viewed suicide as a sin, but Sunday's message was about having a change of heart.
As we consider the issue of mental health, that it is more than just well, why don't you get over yourself? Or why don't you just pull yourself up by the bootstraps and move on? It's a mind over matter game. But of course, we know today that isn't true.
During the Mass, those that lost someone to suicide were given carnations and then placed them in front of Our Lady of Guadalupe. The new approach did catch some people off guard. Still, some Catholics tell me they hope it helps.
Oh God, I think it's going to help a lot of people that are afraid to come out, with their problems and their mental stability. And I think it's great. It's fantastic, man. I'm surprised all the stuff I heard in there. I was like, wow, it touched me. It really did.
It's very much needed.
Very much needed, yes. Very much needed.
In Phoenix, Patrick Hayes, ABC 15, Arizona.
In health news, experts say there are a lot of indicators pointing to a silent surge in the valley, but it could be cooling down. Weekly cases of COVID-19 were just under 5,000 in March and April. By June, cases tripled. But since mid-July, numbers have started to come down to what we see now, which is under 10,000. Now, to take that in context, that rise is still small compared to the beginning of the year when cases climbed to 150,000 during the first Omicron surge. Lopes Up, Back to School is back in action for students at Grand Canyon University as classes start Tuesday. The school expecting nearly 10,000 new students this year, making it the school's largest incoming class ever. Total enrollment is now up to 25,000, which is 1,500 higher than last year. Here at ABC 15, we want to wish everyone a great start to the next school year. Well, there are some major changes coming for travelers. Airlines are tweaking their policies for how to handle delayed and canceled flights. American, United, Delta, Southwest, and JetBlue all rolled out changes expanding passengers' rights. The U.S. Department of Transportation also working to launch a website so passengers can easily check what they're entitled to in these situations.
Hey there, everyone. Tracking your most accurate forecast. I'm meteorologist Jorge Torres. Our weather action coverage continues now through Wednesday. That does include your Labor Day here in the Valley. Starting off with temperatures in the mid-80s in the morning, heating up to 103 by midday and calling for a high just shy of 110, reaching 109 by 4 o'clock. Also, our air quality will be a concern now for several days as an ozone high pollution advisory is in effect through Tuesday and a watch on Wednesday. Either way, with increasing ozone in the forecast, if you suffer from those respiratory issues, we're talking asthma or COPD, you want to limit your time outside during that hottest time of the day. And as I mentioned, we go into weather action coverage now through Wednesday as a result of those excessive heat warnings now going through Wednesday, including for the valley and western parts of Arizona too, where temperatures on Monday will be anywhere from 112 to 113 in Bullhead City and Lake Havasu City. Here in the valley, calling for a high of 109. With that 7-day, showing those temperatures close to 110 for the next 3 days, and the chance of rain returning by Friday.
This ABC15 Flash Briefing is sponsored by Sanderson Ford. All roads lead to Sanderson Ford.